Hello, everybody, and welcome to Stello Stadium. We are just underway here in the battle of North and South, girls and boys. We start off with the boys' game here at 4 p.m. I'm John Collins along with Tom King. We are at Stello's Stadium, and a decent day here in later April.
Yeah, it's not bad.
There's never a good day for Tom to sprint up the stadium stairs, however.
Good Lord, I'm so out of shape, it's not even funny.
But you're here.
God.
So, that's everything. We got you on mic for this game, and so it's tale of two teams right now.
Yeah,
Tom,
get used to what you're looking at right now because South won the draw, and they have the better team overall. They're considered a possible top four team.
We have a game's first goal.
Yeah, right there.
That's Rhett Medling, who just deposits it from
That's our
step
basketball
away.
guy.
He sure is.
Yeah, he's one of their better players this spring.
Yeah.
So
that was a slam dunk by Rhett Medling right there.
Look,
goal number one.
Here's how you tell the difference a little bit. Look at the numbers. The numbers aren't great for South.
Yeah, looking at the sideline
but
reserves.
They're minuscule for North. And that's what Matt Muser's trying to build up are the numbers.
Yeah.
So, it's going to take time. North has struggled in this sport. They've had coaching turnover. Muser is the first coach to do back-to-back seasons in a while. So, coaching stability is everything. And, North needs to get back to where it was a few years ago, which was about 5 or 6 years ago. So it's not going to be easy. Meanwhile, Bill Munson has run the South program for a long time. So,
yep. So another goal. This one's coming a wraparound from behind the net. That one is by Griffin Johnson, a senior.
Yeah, Johnson and Medling, two of their betters. Ethan Johnson in goal. He'll be a treat to watch for South if North is able to get much of an attack. Jack Peters, who we've seen in basketball and football,
right.
He's a good player for Nashua North. So he's a jack of all, no pun intended, jack of all trades for them because he's a good, he's a physical player and he's a good offensive player, and can come back a little bit on D. So and there's Jack at the far side. He's number 7, and now he's running right. So he's got the speed to run right down and try to catch
it's off the post actually.
Right, Peters did that. Peters upset the play there because what he did was he ran down fast, and there he is with the ball right now. Jack Peters, number 7.
Devin Lavoie is in goal for North, and fortunate for him, that one was off the post, the goaltender's best friend, and North's first offensive zone possession of the game.
And it's our first lacrosse game of the year, John. And remember, in lacrosse, his possession is everything.
Yeah, it's more than 9/10 in lacrosse.
Exactly. Lacrosse
especially the draw. We saw that in the girls' games especially.
Yep.
How important it is to get that draw.
Right. In the girls, it's called draw, and in the boys, I believe they still refer to it as a face-off.
Right. North trying to work their way toward a quality shot.
If you have a good face-off person, you have 7/10 of that law down.
A shot in the goal
right there.
A brilliant shot from distance. Number 8 is Alec Jenkerson. What a shot by Alec. And he was about, I'd say, 15, close to 20 yards out.
Fabulous shot.
Just a lot of velocity on that, and too hot to handle for goaltender Ethan Johnson, the senior goalie.
One of the better goalies in the state.
Oh, he looked a little stunned by that.
Yeah, I think he was. But they gave him space.
They did.
Which probably was a mistake.
No, that's like leaving Steph Curry all by himself. I haven't seen Alex shoot that much, but he made it count. He made it look like he could do it again.
So you still recovered from Saturday's classic?
I felt like somebody had punched me in the throat after that game. I had a lot of big, exciting moments, and I lit into it, and I enjoyed it. It was an epic baseball game.
So then I went to...
But it hurt.
I went to a soccer game.
Oh, you did? It ripped, right?
And saw the Nashua Eagles tie the game up with about 3 or 4 minutes to go.
Deja vu.
1-1. There was no overtime, though.
No overtime.
So that was the good part.
I'll tell you what.
It was classic. I got there with about, 18, 17 minutes left in the game.
Well, you went and watched that game. I went home and watched the Red Sox almost get perfect games.
Yeah, against Tampa. You're right, exactly.
And then they finally scored in the 10th, and then they lost it.
Yeah,
that was an epic game.
Because of that hokey rule. Runner at second. That's
it was a Kiermaier walk-off homer. So.
Right. Oh, there's a nice feed.
And a shot and a save.
Nice, beautiful save.
Devin Lavoie, as casually as you please.
That's a great save by Lavoie because that was a point-blank shot. A little bit back about that baseball game, John. We wondered about the wild
against
We wondered about the wild
South.
pitch, why the runner didn't come home. Right? Remember it was South in the top of the 10th inning?
Yeah.
Slipped.
Oh, he slipped.
Slipped on his first 2 steps and decided not to go.
Shot and a save and a nice one, as Tom was talking about.
Johnson got down low on that shot right there. He made the right play. You got to, as a goaltender in lacrosse, you got to read. They're going to go high, they're going to go low. And Johnson read it right.
He sure did, or else it would be a 2-2 game, surprisingly, here early. South, the heavy favorites going into this contest. The talent and the numbers and the results in the standings as well compared to North's struggles. So the Titans back on the attack on offense here with another chance to tie it up. Number 4 outside is Adine Ahmed. He's had a lot of touches so far. Behind the goal it goes. Ashton Carroll up top. Back to our goal scorer, Alec Jenkerson, who had that, what amounts to like a hockey slap shot from the point for that goal. Importance of winning faceoffs. I just saw it last night in the Bruins-Canadiens game. The Bruins...
turnover, maybe ground ball pickup, so important in lacrosse. You see the scrum right there.
And North won it for a moment, but it's back on the ground, and South has the lacrosse ball, so they'll try to start something.
That's a great, one of the epic lacrosse plays you always see is maybe as many as 7, 8 players in a crowd looking for the ball to try to pick it up.
So South trying to set up for what would be their third goal, trying to get their 2-goal lead back. And they have plenty of space to work with now. Nathaniel Campbell passes to Medling, gets it in tight.
That was a nice pass by Medling.
Surprised we didn't see a shot there.
So am I. Oh, wide open right here. You're going to see one here.
Goal.
Yep. Bounced it. That time he bounced it, threw off the goaltender Lavoie.
Good shot. Nathan Campbell goes to the far side of the net, so we will have another draw here. It was 4-on-4 late in the game. The game was in the balance. The Bruins and the Canadiens, and the Canadiens won a face-off, and they had the puck 4-on-4 for over a minute in the Bruins' offensive zone, and trying to score a goal. And the Bruins finally won a face-off 4-on-4, and they scored 5 seconds later in the 4-on-4.
That's what happens, right?
Yeah, possession.
All about it.
So we'll see who wins this draw. North has yet to win a face-off, and that streak continues. And good job on the draw by Brady Swisher. Montreal
did a great job in honoring
terrific.
The late Guy Lafleur.
They took all the ads off the boards.
Yep.
Great tribute, and the special effects of being able to basically use the ice as a slideshow.
Fitting that the Bruins were the team that was there. Oh, here's a nice pass inside, and they don't get it. A great defensive play.
I'm not sure if that was the defenseman or the goalie that got a stick on.
That was the defenseman right there.
Ty Washam was the defenseman, junior defenseman.
But a bouncer and another goal.
Another goal?
Don't know who got that.
Can't take your eyes off this South team. 11? 11 got it. Yeah, you can tell by the congratulations. Connor Rousel.
Yeah, it was a football player we've seen. And he's
so many multi-sport athletes out here on the lacrosse field. And it's a 4-2 lead for South. The goals by Rhett Medling and Griffin Johnson, Nathaniel Campbell, and there you saw Connor Rousel to give the Panthers a 3-goal lead, 4-1. They are up.
Good timeout by Nashua North taken. 6:08 to play here. First quarter. 4 quarters of 12-minute quarters. So
we are streaming live online, Nashua ETV, also on TV Live. We're on Roku. We're on Apple TV. We welcome all of our viewers joining us for this Nashua Lacrosse boys and girls doubleheader here at Stellos. Our cameraman, Tim O'Neill, once again joined by Michaela Savaggio of Nashua North, who is choosing to go into the sports broadcasting business. And I was saying to Michaela, Tom, I think it's only going to get bigger and broader as the technology. I mean, there's
the streamings.
You know this. I mean, there's very few games of almost at any level, high school on up, that don't get telecast in some form or other now.
Well, and that's the effect of COVID. COVID effect.
Yep.
And if I had more time, I'd probably do a fairly big story on all of that, because it is a story.
Yeah.
With the live streaming, so people could see games when attendance was limited. Once things returned, once the seasons returned back in the fall of 2020, a year and a half ago, everybody basically streams, so that if you're limited attendance, you can watch at home. The only thing is just for some schools, they'll have somebody describing the action. For others, a lot of them, majority, you just basically just see
the video.
Right.
Yes. And, it had a remarkable effect for broadcast teams that cover even professional sports. The Bruins announcers last night, they were again back in the studio.
They were not
in Watertown.
Montreal,
They were
right,
not. And Brickley
right.
was lamenting that he wasn't there
Right.
For the LaFleur tribute to get the full effect. But that isn't something that's happened. We had a little taste of that, right, with the championship game. You were the only representative from Nashua TV that was actually at the National High North football, the Super Bowl
That's
win.
right. You did
Jason Roby and I were back in the studio during COVID.
Right.
Tim was there. Tim's the soldier. He has to be up front. He's on the front lines all the time. So with the camera.
Were you doing double that day, Tim? No.
Just did that
Just
game.
us?
It was at
Yeah.
Bedford, right? Bedford High School?
Yeah, sure was. Yep.
Yeah. So sun's trying to peek through here on the banks of the Nashua River.
It's going to be a weird week weather-wise. Not going to be.
Yeah, funky day tomorrow, I understand.
Yeah. And
North's threatening here. They're down 4-1.
ball is on the turf a lot in this game, if you notice it.
Yep. Some stick work. Defenders knocking balls free. But South has dominated in scooping up loose balls, adding to their time of possession.
That is tough. Your bench is 5.
That's it.
1, 2, 3. No, 1, 2, 3. 6. 6.
If you're a North lacrosse player, you're going to be logging a lot of minutes here today.
Right. So fatigue's going to be a factor.
South lurking, looking for that open shot. Medling is playing the role of assistant.
And look at that.
Right now behind the net. And they come all the way out to midfield.
Right, because the other players aren't allowed to go over that midfield line.
Right around.
Otherwise,
Medling
you would have
in
seen
front
a race.
shot goes wide.
Otherwise, you would have seen a race for that ball.
Yeah. That was Nathaniel Campbell bidding for goal number 2.
So you've got the attack and the defenders back. They cannot go over that half line.
By rule. There's a lob pass to Medling. That's like an alley-oop in basketball for him. He goes and gets it. Long pass in front. Shot. Campbell score.
Right, Campbell's just something else from the outside. He's got a nose for that net. He knows exactly how to shoot, where to aim, and everything else. Good score for South. South, again, is a team that they think can do some things this year and make a good, decent run in the tournament. They lost a heartbreaker to Londonderry a week ago. Then they rallied back and won the next game. The Londonderry game, I think, is a game that Bill Munson will tell you that's the kind of game we have to win if we're supposed to be where we think we can get to. So,
of course, you got Bishop Girton and Exeter up at the top of the standings once again. Exeter's on an impressive run. I was looking at the scores. The Blue Hawks have outscored their opponents 120 to, I believe it was 21. I mean, they have off to an impressive.
Well, yeah, you got to, who's the competition?
Yeah.
There's a lot of there's very few haves, but a lot of have-nots in the sport of lacrosse.
Those Bishop Girton and Exeter due to play each other on a Tuesday, May 3rd.
Yep.
Here. Bishop Girton played Zavarian Brothers. Decent test there. Ranked 10th in Massachusetts and won that game at home. 9-6. Pretty good contest there against Zavarian from West Roxbury. No, where are they? They're from
Westford,
Massachusetts.
Mass.
Westford, thank you. Yeah,
Yeah, I was here for that.
you were. Yeah, that was a good match.
Girton's
huh?
got Exeter next week, and they also have BC High.
BC High.
Exeter here, BC High on the road.
They're highly ranked, right?
I mean, the lacrosse teams at Girton are doing exactly what we've seen, Brad Creek do with basketball.
And they're counting the games.
Yes, they count. They've done that, and hockey's done
Shot
that.
and a nice save. Wow,
Boys and girls hockey has done that too.
Just as if he was playing catch, Ethan Johnson able to net that shot and start a fast break.
Yeah,
and the shot in front, and the gimme.
Looked like a tap in, and somehow he missed it.
Benjamin Kalman.
And now there's a battle for it. Now possession is a big deal here. If North can get possession, and they do.
So Benjamin Kalman had a golden opportunity there, and it just slipped out of his possession at the last moment, fortunately for North, who were sprinting downfield, gaining ground. There's a hard check, a legal check, knocks the ball carrier down, and South is back on offense. Leading 5-1, just under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. South has set plays. We've seen a taste of it already. They have a player behind the net. They looks out front for somebody that's got a great shooting angle and a lot of one-timers, the lacrosse version, creating goals and goal-scoring opportunities in that way. Here comes Campbell looking for a hat trick already. Pass in close, trying to connect with Parker Fleury, number 28, who's just to the right of the North goaltender, Devin Lavoie. Ball behind the net now, and South doing that thing where they give everybody a touch. That's in tight, and it's a goal. A turnaround shot right up in the top of the netting. Michael Rutsteins pots his first goal of the game.
Another name we're familiar with.
Yep. 2:07 left first quarter. 6-1 now. South is in the lead.
I believe once it's 10, and I'm not sure. I think they wait to the second half for the running time, but I'm not positive on that.
Let's see if North can win a draw here. And the answer
is no.
Is yes.
Not
visual
not
evidence.
That time. Not that
right
time.
That time, yeah. I don't see the person that the North face-off taker would throw it to. I mean, South had somebody camped over there.
Well, it's not. Hold on. It's not like the girls where you flip it up and then toss it. You can win the draw on your own. Just scoop it up.
Sure, you could. Yeah.
That's how they do it. That's how a lot of them do it.
Okay, I see. You don't need somebody to assist you.
No, you don't need that.
But it helps.
In boys, in girls, it's different. Girls, you do. Girls, you flip the ball up towards someone.
Yeah. I mean, you could have that secondary fight for possession if you do have somebody in the area. South.
The best face-off people will win the face-off and start the run.
And keep it.
And start the rush.
Right. Campbell has 2 goals. Back to meddling to Campbell. In tight. Shot. Save. Perfect reception there. Devin Lavoie took that ball right out of the top right corner of the net. Now North is on a fast break in the middle and past the intended recipient, who was in a perfect spot to try to score. Number 13, John Caminaris. Opportunity missed there for North. Right in the middle, meddling. Trying for goal number 2.
Dropped it.
Out of his possession.
Dropped it, and a good scoop by North. Oh, an errant pass. He expected the player to run up the field and didn't. He stood still and mistimed the pass.
In some way, it seems like South's on a constant power play. There's often a loose ball and no blue jerseys anywhere near it, as we saw there a moment ago. There's a long shot and a save again. Wow, Devin Lavoie looking short-handed with that stick as the first quarter comes to a close. So,
all right, Don
yep.
Collins, I will spend the second quarter down there getting the moving pictures, or not the moving pictures, the still pictures. Tim O'Neill's got the moving pictures, as
Sun's
Jason
just
Roby would
come out
say.
for you there.
Yeah.
That actually might be too warm for the next 10 minutes.
I got
the
a sweater on
pullover.
over this, too.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, but I have to go over the shade side
Okay.
because I can't
Yeah.
shoot into the sun.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. You get the Nashua River over there. Maybe it'll be cooler.
so Michaela's spending her school vacation week here, so that's not bad. Not
Where
bad
else
for-
would anybody
Right,
want to
exactly.
be?
See?
You know, I know some Bishop Girton kids are spending their school vacation in Italy, but you'd much rather be here, right, than Rome?
I don't know. The food's probably better in Italy, to be honest with you.
Oh, I think everything would be better, you know, educationally. But instead, she will spend it with the ancients right here. The ancient ruins right here instead of in Italy, and much cheaper. So we have a minute between the first and second quarter here. We'll be rejoined by Tom King shortly. Halftime, which is shortly for me. Time flies when you're having fun. And sun is out. And it's sometimes a challenge at this time of the evening, at this time of the year for us, maybe more in September than now. It's the same thing, it's worse. So it's experience, yeah, because the sun is coming towards us here in the booth, and it cuts down on the visibility sometimes with the glare, but we will do our best. So, yeah, fall back. Well, North will have to find some kind of formula to score some more goals. Down 6-1 here in the second quarter. In most cases, these rivalry games, the intra-city rivalry games between South and North, and you can throw Bishop Girton in there as well, often are different results than you might expect because of the adrenaline, because of the rivalry, because of the incentive. And you can say, throw the records out the window, you don't know what's going to happen. But in some cases, there's a lot of overwhelming talent on one side or the other. We've seen that off and on in all sports, and it appears to be the case in this one. South coming in with a very strong team and more numbers and a more impressive regular season record to date, and that's shown up on the scoreboard through the first 12 minutes of play. First quarter score 6-1. South is on top. They've also dominated in the time of possession. And most importantly, they've won every single face-off to this point. And now I'm seeing what I think you want as far as North changing the outcomes here on the draws. They have two blue jerseys to match the two South players who are on the fringes of this face-off, trying to pick up any loose ball that might pop free. There's a good battle going on here, and a loose ball, and it's anybody's, and South still comes away with it. Good job by the Panthers. Once again, Griffin Johnson, who was a goal scorer, and a save made by Devin Lavoie, and I dare say, I think there was a moment of uncertainty there on the part of South of which goal they were going to shoot at. I thought they hesitated to look which goalie was in which net after play had resumed here in the second quarter, but they made the right decision going the other way. I believe you're right. COVID rules, they didn't switch sides. That's probably adding to the confusion, because especially if you're a junior or senior, you're used to shooting on the very same goal, the same direction the entire game. During COVID, now they've gone back to the regular rules where the goalies switch it up and go to the opposite end after the quarter. So South is all right now. They've regained possession and they're on the attack, trying to add to their 6-1 lead here at Stellos. In the sunshine now on Mata Field. Seeing a couple of nice long shots in this game. Bouncers from Campbell. Jenkerson's shot from about 20 yards. The lone goal for North was a beauty. But otherwise, just a lot of high percentage shots for goals in tight on Devin Lavoie, the goaltender for North, and Ethan Johnson has turned away every in-close shot. And Devin Lavoie has had about 4 really impressive clean saves, just like that one. A point-blank shot, no rebound at all. He just nets it. North looking for their second goal in traffic, and that one didn't make its way through the defenders for South, who stepped up and created a 3-on-1 on the Titans shooter, who in that case was number 9, Brody Sutton. So around the perimeter it goes. North kind of taking their time here. 12-minute quarters. We're just over 2 minutes into the second quarter. Scoreless so far. It was 6-1 after 1, and it still is. North has their offensive plans thwarted right there. A good defensive stick work play by the Panthers wins the possession back. The high bouncer down the near sideline. One of our first body checks in a while. As the defender there was number 16. Ty Washam. Doesn't knock the ball free though. South just casually going around the perimeter with it. Everybody getting a touch here. All the way back to Rhett Medling. Kind of like on the bow of the ship behind the goal. And around the perimeter again, looking for that open shooting lane if they can find one. Griffin Johnson, number 2, gets it back to Nathan Campbell in his familiar spot right there at the top of the key, so to speak, looking straight vertically at Devin Lavoie. That one's in tight, and I do believe Lavoie got a piece of that as it goes over the goal. So let's put that one in the save column as well for the North goaltender, who has been very impactful. This game could easily be double digits for goals for South already. Long run, and a shot goes wide. Very ambitious sprint the length of the field by number 7 for North is Jack Peters. Jack Peters, junior, number 23, with almost a spectacular field length run for a goal, but he wasn't really accurate with the shot. Was off to the left. Spinning, Peters going to give it back. Up top it goes, and wide. Alec Jenkerson scored from about that distance in the first quarter. The North's only goal. There's a flag down on the field. Looks like a 1-minute penalty has been assessed against the Panthers. So opportunity knocks here for the Titans. Looks like they're going to go up against a fresh set of bodies here. The Panthers shuttling in some defenders to handle this disadvantage due to the penalty at midfield. 7.5 minutes to go in the half. North looking for their second goal now, a man up. Up top, Alec Jenkerson passes it near side. The number 4 is Adine Ahmed. Ahmed gets it back to Jenkerson, and all the way around it goes. See if Jenkerson will launch this now. No, he's going to pass it to Ahmed. Back to Jenkerson. Thought about it. Saw some people in his shooting lane. Trying to get in for a higher percentage shot, the Titans are. There's a good bid, but offline. Ahmed. Oh, loose ball and a giveaway, and there was right there the wide open net, the goal for the taking. North's trying to come up with it. They do have that man advantage still for another 15 seconds or so. There's a long shot, goes off the side of the netting, and first back to get it are the Panthers. Actually, it was the goaltender on a heads-up play, Ethan Johnson, that was first to it. So the power play comes up empty for North. A great net-to-net pass, almost the length of the field there. Ethan Johnson finding forward Connor Rousel. Rousel feeds it out front. Campbell scores. He's got a hat trick, number 10 for the Panthers. We were talking about Guy Lafleur night last night. The Canadian great wore the number 10. It was everywhere at the Forum. And shades of Lafleur and his many, many hat tricks. Number 10 for South. The first to the 3-goal mark in this contest. Campbell makes it a 7-1 South lead. A high percentage shot there. I think he went low with it on the run. And Devin Lavoie, who's made a lot of tremendous saves in this game, really was helpless on that one. So face-off is won by the Panthers. Nothing new there, unfortunately, for the Titans. Faced with another offensive possession. The turnaround shot goes wide to the left. Another great opportunity just seconds after the faceoff by Brady Swisher. Might have been body checked as he was shooting it, which might have caused it to go offline. Panthers retain possession. That takes some getting used to if you just usually watch in basketball and you see a team shoot a ball out of bounds or pass a ball out of bounds, and possession automatically goes to the other team. In lacrosse, when a ball goes out of bounds, they award possession to whoever was closest to it when it went out of bounds, even if it was your team that caused it to go out. Jack Parker's shot, and a blistering shot at that. I think he bounced it, and you could see it went off the goalie stick of Ethan Johnson, who was ready for that high velocity shot on the run by Jack Peters. It might have been wide left anyway, but a good bid. Alec Jenkerson has the lone goal. Number 8 gives it back to Jack Peters. They're playing some catch, and looks like they're catching their breath a little bit. Peters certainly has had a couple of 80-yard sprints in this game, or in this quarter, as he throws it over the head of the intended recipient, John Caminaris. It is South ball. Ethan Johnson trotting away from his net, flicks it up ahead. Griffin Johnson, he's got a goal in this game. In the middle, meddling, lost it. Tough pass to handle, and good job of moving it up the field by the Titans. That's an errant pass, and South will take possession. So a little bit of sloppy ball handling there costs North any chance to get their second goal. 4.5 minutes left to go. First half, scoring has slowed down a lot in this second quarter. It was 6-1 after 1 quarter of play. It's 7-1. Just the one South goal scored in this, the third goal of the game by Nathan Campbell, to make it a hat trick for him. There's a whistle. Timeout. Looks like it's a timeout called by the Panthers. They want to do it, use it as a coaching moment, perhaps, with 4:07 to go in the first half. Still fairly early in the lacrosse season for both of these two teams. This is a boys and girls Nashua North, Nashua South High School doubleheader on an April 25 of 2022. John Collins along with Tom King and our camera crew, Tim O'Neill and Michaela Savaggio, here at Stello Stadium. We are live on Nashua ETV 99, online on Roku and Apple TV as well. It's a cloudy start, but it has become a sunny second quarter here at Stellos. Coming off an epic baseball game that we did on Saturday, a 4 o'clock contest between Pinkerton and Nashua South baseball. Nolan Medeiros was the starting pitcher for South, and Liam Doyle for Pinkerton. We saw Liam Doyle strike out 17 batters in 7 innings. And that still wasn't good enough to win the game because he gave up one of his few hits, a solo home run to Albert De La Rosa in the 6th inning. Marshall Jackson, a big slugger for Pinkerton, homered in the Astros' very first at bat following that heroic homer by De La Rosa, and it tied it up 1-1 going into extras. And it was kind of poetic justice. Liam Doyle got the game-winning hit with the bases loaded in the bottom of the 10th for the 2-1 Pinkerton victory. That was the easiest choice for MVP of the game ever in that one. Liam Doyle with the game-winning hit and 17 strikeouts. So we're going to resume here in this South-North boys lacrosse game. South wearing the white jerseys with the purple numerals, and of course North in the dark blue. And Carolina blue helmets, I believe it is. Behind the net it goes. South looking for goal number 8. Devin LeBoy, the North goaltender, has been under siege for this entire first and second quarter. That one didn't make its way through. It hit somebody's body in front, but South able to pick up the loose ball once again. Shot attempted, I believe, was Connor Rousel. He's got a goal already, number 11. This is Nathan Campbell threatening number 4, and that one's wide to the right. It'll be still South's possession. As camped back there is Parker Fleury, number 28. He slings it to Griffin Johnson. Johnson gets it back up top. Campbell going to work, dumps it to Rousel. Behind the net it goes again. Fleury. To the other side is Ryan Salemi, number 3, far corner. North trying to figure out how to get this ball back. There's a shot, and that's wide to the left. So the chances continue for South. North's kind of circled the wagons to close off some of the shooting lanes, but the ball making its way ever closer to Devin LeBoy. And more chances in the offing here for South. There's a one-timer. Great pass up top from Connor Rousel on the assist. And then Ryan Salemi, basically a slam dunk from a step away from the goaltender, went up into the top of the netting for goal number 8. 8-1, South leads with 2:57 to go in the first half. Game was tight in the early minutes. North actually had a terrific chance to tie it up after the goal by Jenkerson made it 2-1. They had a few possessions in a 2-1 game, did the Titans, but South survived that momentum swing, and they've dominated since, including on every draw. Right there's another face-off win for the Panthers, who I believe have just about run the table on that. Holding the Titans winless on face-offs. Fleury was the closest to that one going out, and well, I'm going to say it's Titans ball. So North will inbound it behind their net. Jack Peters actually is going to choose to sprint this up the field. He's done this a couple of times with success, passing about 4 or 5 Panthers, and he gets it all the way down, and then fortunately for the Titans, unfortunately, they toss it away. So a lot of work there for Jack Peters for naught, as the Panthers come back with it. 2 minutes to go here at Stellos. South comfortably in front. Rhett Medling checking back into the game. Tallest player on the field. Basketball center for South. Had another fine season. Has a goal in this game. Got the first goal of the game. Campbell. Rousel. A no-look pass there and a shot and a goal. That was fancy. A no-look pass from right to left, Griffin Johnson, and just about a one-timer from Nathan Campbell. Blistering low shot to the far corner of the net, and he's got 4. It's a 9-1 advantage for South. Nathan Campbell leads all scorers by a lot. He's got 4. 1 for Rhett Medling, 1 for Griffin Johnson, 1 for Michael Rutstein, and Connor Rousel. 9 altogether. Another face-off. 1.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Good battle. And South is up with it again. That's Griffin Johnson, who just had that fine assist. He's got plenty of space. And now he moves down the right hash mark, feeds it in the middle, in tight, and the turnaround is stopped by the defender. Number 10 for North is Nicholas Moreno Santana, who got in the way of that turnaround shot, but South regains possession. Now with a minute left to go, a shot, and I believe Devin Lavoie got a piece of that one for another save to keep South from going double digits with now 55 seconds left to go. Medling has it near side, trotting out to the top of the formation. He hands it off. Griffin Johnson slings it across. He likes to go across the field with those passes, and they're very accurate from what we can see. See why he doesn't mind risking it when you have that kind of accuracy. Medling is up top with it. Again, North just circling the wagons, hoping to get a loose ball or rebound. Medling tried to shoot it inside the near post, his right, to the left of the goaltender, Devin Lavoie, and I think it went wide by inches. South is still in possession. Medling setting up again, going down the right hash mark. Dishes it off, goes behind the net. Fleury lost the handle on it for a moment, regains it. Spin move. Being stick checked back there by Ty Washam. In front, shot, goal. That was a feed from Ryan Salemi. Very fine assist there as he saw Connor Rousel streaking toward the net, and Connor caught it cleanly and let it go just as quickly over the top of Devin Lavoie for goal number 10. And that one coming with just a second, 1.2 seconds left in the first half. So the Panthers do in fact reach double digits. This face-off is pretty much academic because there's no time to do anything with a second left, and that will do it. That is the end of the first half here at Stello Stadium. It is South leading North in boys lacrosse 10-1. First half of a girls and boys doubleheader. Stay with us.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Welcome back, everybody, to Stello Stadium. We are underway in the second half. North versus South, boys lacrosse here in 2022. It's earlier in the season. This isn't the official battle of the bridge, so North can hope maybe for a better start in that one, Tom, but somewhat predictable, maybe not to this extent, 10-1 after.
Yeah, I thought so. You know, I thought they started off pretty well, 2-1 game early on, and then
North had a chance to tie it a couple of times, actually.
It's got to be deflating, giving up a goal with 1.2 seconds left.
Oh, killer!
That's
double
tough.
digits for South. 1.2 seconds left.
You know, basically, I'm down. I was down on the field second quarter. Bill Munson is basically directing traffic down there with his players, they're able to do. I mean, they're just basically running plays. So it's, North hasn't had that opportunity to do that. And you could see, I mean, every time they've had possession in that second quarter, they weren't able to do much with it. So, that's got to hurt. If I'm North, I'd try to, maybe keep it away from South as much as possible.
Jack Peters.
I mean, he's the guy.
Oh, he gets broken up at the 35.
He loses the ball right there. He needed to run all the way up. Just keep running.
Yeah, it's good defense that time to prevent him from doing that by Connor Rousseau. Number 11 steals it away.
You notice one thing, John, if you've watched the game over the years, they don't allow as much physicality as they used to.
There's not nearly any.
No, not nearly as much. Not nearly. I mean, even in the scrums when they're over there fighting for the ball on the ground, he usually used to hit somebody. There's a shot, goes wide, and it goes in.
Yeah, it was like
goes wide.
My old street hockey career.
Yeah.
People were hunting people.
Oh, it was, there were hits, there were,
the risk of concussion was huge.
Yeah, and I think that took away from
that was the number one reason why. Did
probably
they put it in writing?
No, I don't know, John. I haven't followed the rules changes, any rule changes closely enough, but all I know is the game is not nearly as physical as it once was. Look, there was a battle for a ground ball. You used to just push somebody out of the way for it.
Yeah.
Wide open shot.
Secondary score. I think that Nathan Campbell went 5-hole on that for goal number 5 for him.
Yeah, I was just going to say Campbell's had a good afternoon,
Yeah. Campbell's been super. 5 goals already, and we're just into the third quarter. It'd be interesting to see if Coach plays him the whole 48 minutes, Tom.
Well, I'm sure there'll be some subs.
As I say that, Nathan comes off. He's off on the side right now.
There'll be some subs pulled out.
Right. So this is something that North needs to work on. They got to win a face-off. They have been blanked on this. Which there's a ball that
they won one.
There we go. Jack Peters was in the right place. Good work.
Yep, picking up that ground ball. Good diversion to the ball.
Face-off taker was Aaron Palmer. He just earned himself another face-off with that. Peters weaving his way. There you see some physicality.
Yeah, but
tight shot.
There used to be much more physicality than that.
Yeah. Well, that might have something to do with the score. I mean, if you're a tie game, might be the intensity would be different, maybe. But overall, yes, much less hitting. On the wing. And back up top, Jack Peters with it. Offensive possession, a rare one here for North, where they get to set up and move without the ball. Peters faked the pass,
nice
spin move, shot, and it's over the net.
Still North ball, I believe.
Yep. Titans retain possession. Had a couple of players back there closest to where it went out. And now they back away, try to create some space on the far side. That's number 8. Behind the net it goes.
See, there's some good defense right there. They use the body wisely.
Yeah, Jenkerson, who's got the goal, looking for a second, and it might have been saved by Ethan
But in that
Johnson.
corner, the defender pushed and forced him out with his body. And that's what North needed to do the last time South had the ball right before the half. Oh, here's a wide open, almost a open shot, but he lost the ball, and now South picks it up, and they'll take it down the field.
Yeah, good scoop by the long stick defender, Severin Johnson. Not always easy to do, to get to that loose ball first with a longer stick. Brody Sutton was the forward that was right next to him. Couldn't get to it, so North's goal-scoring opportunity turns into an opportunity once again for South to try to add to their 11-1 lead. We are about 4 minutes into the third quarter. 1 goal has been scored so far by the Panthers. There's Parker Fleury behind the net. That had to be his family's car I saw out in the lot just moments ago. It had the license plate Fleury 4. In this case, Mr. Fleury wears number 28 when he plays lacrosse, though. There's a shot. Goal up top. Rhett meddling with the turnaround.
Yeah, meddling with a nice turnaround. Not
from
easy
the lane.
Not easy for a kid that tall to move like that. But what the advantage he has is he can shoot over the top of just about everybody.
Exactly. The crazy thing about that shot was he shot it at a down angle, but it went in the top of the net. A good, accurate shot from Rhett Medling, his second goal of the game. He scored the game's first goal, and now he's got the one that makes it an even dozen. 12-1, South boys soccer leading North.
Boys lacrosse, John.
Oh, boy.
John, if it was a
12-1
12-1 soccer game, we'd have a story.
Yeah, we would.
It's probably,
And, as good as you're telling me South soccer team is, they'll probably have one of those scores before the next winter season's over. They won the championship, right?
South
Did I dream that? South won the state championship in soccer.
South won the state championship in the shootout with Hanover.
Let me congratulate them on that again.
Well, actually, a state rep just did last week.
Oh,
they had
really?
a little ceremony in the rotunda at South where they were handed a proclamation by the State House.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Up in front. Loose scrum. There we go.
Oh, look at this.
8 people, but they're all focused on the ball. Nobody's really getting.
Nobody's crunching anybody for it.
No assault reports are going to be filed after that. That was almost polite. Search for the loose ball. And once again,
look at this.
South's going to come away with it. Griffin Johnson finally gets a handle on it. Number 2 far sideline as he cruises looking for an open teammate or a shooting lane and drops it back off. Campbell gets it back to Johnson, a bobble, but there's nobody really there to bother him or take it away from him. Campbell also with a bobble. And Rhett Medling. He needs just one more for a hat trick. Campbell's got 5 as he gives it to Johnson. Johnson faked the pass and a great shot and an even better save. Devin Lavoie.
Well, Lavoie's played well.
Had to stay alert for that. That was tricky by Johnson. I'll tell you what.
And this is what North needs to do. Run, and run some more. Try to get in transition. It all starts with a big save like that. You can make that happen because you catch the other team off guard with a major save, and then you can just take off.
Jack Peters has it. Number 7, he's had the ball for most of the Titans' possessions. Yeah, keep an eye on the passing ability of number 2 in white, Griffin Johnson, for the Panthers. He is a real magician. He had a no-look pass earlier.
Peters lost the ball as he slipped. And now it's a turnover.
South gets it back, and
that's a tough turnover. You gotta keep possession.
Wedling gets it across midfield.
And I believe one more goal is 12. And I think if they do it in the third quarter, it would be running time. If not, it would be until the fourth. Let's see what they do with the clock.
Peters is going to play it back.
Unless North can get another goal, which I'm sure North will score before this game is over with.
That was a good idea on the pass. Timeout call by the Panthers. You could hear it called from down on the field with 5:05 to go in the third quarter.
It's got to be a tough game to coach for North. You just tell them go out there and do what we've done. Win the small battles and try to take solace in that because we're not probably going to win. Even the coach is going to say this, but they're not probably going to win the game. So they got to concentrate on doing the little things to try to get better as a team. Now, if you're South, what do? You basically treat the game competitively, but also run your plays. Run the things that you want to do down the road as we're approaching the second half of the season coming up next month, in another week. So, make sure you stay sharp, run your plays. Right now what they're talking about is what to do on defense. All those kinds of things are what you want to see out of your team because you know that you're going to have a lot of other games that are going to be tougher than this one is going to likely be, judging by the scoreboard.
Yeah, they had one really tough game back on April 13th when they took on Bishop Girton, and the final score in that one, 22-0.
Yeah, I was here for part of that.
Yeah.
I mean, it was not,
not pretty.
First of all, you wonder why are they scheduling each other.
Yeah, the good news is they don't play again.
Right, and the reason is that there's a limited number of teams in Division One, and you've got to play so many games against Division One opponents. So Girton had to play them basically.
And they'll play South on May 12th.
Yeah, and that'll be, that could be an interesting game.
Yeah.
I think South
will have its moments, right?
Yeah, I think it will. I think it'll have its moments, but Girton will probably pull away. But I mean, you never know in sport of lacrosse. So.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it would be. Let me put it this way: it has a chance to be less one-sided than it has been in recent history.
I'll take it.
So, and that's that should be a decent game, and it could be a semifinal preview as well. The difference in Division I lacrosse these last 2 years. Remember, it used to come down to 2 teams, Pinkerton and Girton. Well. Pinkerton's had on a little bit of a down cycle. Why, I don't know, but they're not going to be a title team this year or have a chance at maybe they could be in the finals. I don't know, but they're not considered the main challenger to Girton. I think Exeter probably is, maybe considered that.
Based on some of the early results.
They were last year. They met in the finals last year in Bedford. So it's. And the difference is probably 6 to 8 goals, But then they in those championship games, the scores get a little closer.
South out in front of the goal. Ball's on the turf. Scramble. Trying to pick it up for South. Ryan Salemi, number 3, is in the middle of it. Coming away is Brady Swisher, number 8. Now it's still on the turf. 3 North defenders take a shot at it, but Griffin Johnson comes up with it. Griffin Johnson had a no-look assist pass.
Ground balls are the key.
Yeah.
Got to pick them up.
And South has been dominating in that category as well as face-offs and goals. Medling hands it off.
And when we
Johnson, nice feed and a goal.
Oh, nice pass. Yep, you talked about his passing ability.
Brady Swisher, slam dunk goal on the one-timer from Johnson. I think he takes pride in it, definitely. He's like an artist with that
some
passing.
Guys do. That's
Sure,
what they're supposed to do. And it is running time now because the clock is moving.
It's moving right now here between the goal and the face-off. So
exactly.
3:40 to go.
Right. So we do have running time.
The merciful mercy rule.
3:32 left to play here in the third quarter in a 13-1 game.
And the scrum, and it's number 4 for South took the face-off, and he's able to squirt it off to the left to Griffin Johnson. Michael Rutstein on the draw, the win on the draw.
I mean, the best lacrosse games are the low-scoring games.
Like
and low scoring for lacrosse would be
8,
9-6. That was a great game. Girton had control through most of it, but they never led until they started to pull away by more than 1 or 2 goals as the game kind of got into the third quarter and then started early in the fourth. So it was in doubt.
Yeah.
And it came down to, as you said, the draws, the face-offs. Face-off possessions.
Around the perimeter it
and
goes.
Turnovers. If you've got the ball,
right.
you don't want to turn it over. And Zavarian turned it over 2 or 3 times when they had a chance to cut into the lead.
And that was the difference.
Yeah.
Johnson back up top. Campbell looking for a shooting lane. Instead, he dumps it in the middle, and it goes over everybody all the way to Medling.
Now, John, I'll tell you what. I saw, you talk about loose balls and turnovers and things like that. Defensively.
Medling, goal.
Ooh, goal, wow, right in front.
On the pass from Rousel. Great feed. It's like almost an alley-oop to Medling. And a slam dunk in front. No chance at all.
Wait till you
for
see.
the goaltender. Yeah.
Wait till you see the Bishop Girton girls play defense. You think you're watching the guys.
Really?
I mean, they just, if that ball is loose, it's theirs, and they'll do whatever it takes to get it. I mean, they were vicious.
Sounds like my kind of team.
They were vicious against Sauhegan on Friday in a game they won 18-8. And, I mean, even Leslie Y, the Cardinals coach, she said they're crazy. That's what she said. She said they're crazy. They just go nuts. I didn't see that last year. I saw it last Friday.
Good for them.
Incredible tenacity. Hopefully we'll see them play at some point during the course of this season.
They are undefeated, and they must have had some kind of remarkable game on the 18th in Lawrence. There's a nice save by Dylan Lavoie.
Here's the thing with that game.
11-11 against Central Catholic.
Well, that's the thing. The NHIAA handbook, there are no ties.
What happened?
So, I mean, the game was in a Massachusetts team that did not need
didn't
to
count
play, did not want to play overtime.
Yeah, see, I looked at the Central Catholic standings and schedule and stuff. They didn't even mention the game. Now, Girton has it as one of their wins or losses.
Because it counts in the NHIAA standings, and from what I understand, the NHIAA awarded them 2 points.
Oh.
So, but, I mean,
okay.
What are you going to do if you're Leslie Y? They did not want to play overtime. It's sudden death overtime. Next goal wins. I don't know why you wouldn't want to play an extra 4 or 5 minutes.
Especially, there's been 22 goals scored in the game. Somebody's going to get a goal.
Yeah, exactly. It's not going to take long.
It's not World Cup soccer. It's going to go on
and I know they had a game the next day, I think they had a game the next day, so that was part of it. I mean,
They had a big game the next day.
Yeah, the next morning, because it was school vacation. Well, if that's the case, don't schedule the game.
Yes.
Good
call.
Don't schedule it.
Wow, I just said to myself, how did that happen? 11-11 in Lacrosse? And they left it that way, and then all those other factors that you just mentioned played into it.
Yeah.
So it was the home team's decision, probably.
Oh, it was definitely, definitely. I mean, Girton was ready for overtime, and Central Catholic said, see you later.
Good game.
Good game. Bye.
Yeah.
Don't have a safe
there.
Bye. Have a safe ride home, Girton, because the game was down in Mass, so they could play it. I mean, it was down in Mass.
That's Tom King. I'm John Collins.
There's one other time
go ahead.
that I've seen that happen, where everybody thought there would be an overtime and there wasn't, and that was during the COVID fall season of 2020, when Alvern and everybody made the tournament, so the records didn't really matter.
Football?
No. Just girls soccer. Alvern played Nashua North. And it was North or South. I'm not sure which. I think it was South. Alvern played Nashua South in girls soccer. Great game here. It was like a 2-2 game, whatever. And I'm ready for overtime, and North, South, or Alvern's huddling up, and all of a sudden the word came. See ya. Done. Yep. Yeah, Alvern wasn't happy. They wanted to play overtime. But because there is a limit on the time here for COVID, 2 hours.
We don't have that anymore, right?
No.
Yeah. We have another game coming up. It's going to be.
Yeah. Now, see, if this was
lacrosse.
2 years ago, or if this was the fall, maybe even last year, we would have had to get out of here and wait 2 hours for the next game to start, because they'd have to come in and sanitize and do this and clean out the stadium.
So we do not have running time between quarters. I just want the record to show.
Exactly. I know it.
So 12 minutes, and then they'll start the running time again.
Best running time is hockey. They stop it. They won't stop it for anything except an injury.
Yeah.
The worst running time is football.
Yeah.
They stop it too many times.
For a lot of things. Face-off win for South. They sprint down, and there's a collision.
Look at this.
The goaltender steps into a forward there.
Good job by Lavoie. He held his ground,
Against Cole Ryu, who was right in front of him and must have felt like he ran into a wall. And also it caused a turnover. Great steal right out of midair.
That's just it. North's turned the ball over just about every possession they've had.
Andrew Convery with the steal. springs a fast break, and a shot goes wide.
Yeah, you're going to see some different players out there now. I mean, Medley's not out there.
Yeah, Cody Good had a
Campbell's
chance to score
not
there,
out
number
there.
22.
Campbell's not out there. I don't think Rousel's out there.
No.
And Salemi, you know, those guys, they're all sitting. They're all on the bench. This is the reserves for South right now, and you know that's a good thing that Bill Munson does, and I'm sure those kids knew going in they would probably see some time. 11:01 left to go with the running time, and a 14-1 Nashua South lead.
As Tom said, only 5 substitutes in reserve for the Titans, so the starters just about forced to go a distance.
Well, I mean, I
including
think
the
you want them.
goaltender.
Yeah, you want them to. You know, you
Yeah.
want it. They need the experience. They
Devin
need
Lavoie he's got to be
Don't
well
get
into
any better
double
unless
digits
you
in
play.
saves.
Yep. You don't get any better unless you play. So
South looking for that shooting opportunity. There's a double team.
a
Loose
nice
ball.
play defensively
and
right
a
there to
scoop.
get in the passing lane. That's what you want to do. You want to get in the passing lane, and they did that.
Look out from behind. North advancing the ball down the field nicely.
Yeah, they need to pass. They need to pass better. Oh,
And
that's a nice dodge.
Free.
Nice
Will he
move.
shoot it?
Scores!
Score!
I told you they'd score before the end of the game, right?
Terrific individual effort. Number 13 for North is John Caminaris, Jr. Great play, receiving the pass near sideline, juked his way to in front of the goal, and then running right to left, was able to bounce one past Ethan Johnson. Difficult try and a great goal.
Is that still Johnson in goal, I wonder?
Oh, I
Check out the
saw
number.
5,
if you
but
can
it could
see
be 15, huh?
Don't know. Let's see. Which Johnson? 25?
Yeah, he's 5.
He's 5.
Yeah,
Okay.
So
There is a 5 on that jersey.
There is.
So,
I'm
and I
just
don't
wondering
see him
if
on
it's-
I don't see him on the sidelines. Well, yeah, there's a 5 on the sidelines, so he's not wearing a South
yeah,
uniform.
I think that's another player that
Yeah.
isn't
Yeah.
active. It is? I think it is 15, though. Is it? I'll have to wait. on
Can't
that.
tell, John.
Yeah, I can't tell. South's trying to get that goal back. There's a little bit of a hook there and a body check and a loose ball. And North comes away with it. The physicality paying off a little
Gotta
bit there.
control the ball, though.
Sure. Sprinting across midfield.
That's
Number
what you got to do. You got to
21.
run. You got to run like that, and that helps.
Caminaris circling. He just scored. Nice pass across the middle. Goal!
How about that,
Caminaris
huh?
passing it across to number 8, Alec Jenkerson, who's got a really good shot. That's his second goal of this game. He's got 2 out of the 3 for the Titans. Coming with 8.5 minutes to go.
And it cut it down below 12, so now we stopped the running time, I believe.
Well, is it because they scored a goal that they
No,
stopped
they
it?
would keep
No.
running. They would keep the clock going.
Wow, how about that? He bought some time
Now,
with that goal.
now they're
huh?
running. Now
There
I
it
guess
goes,
now
yeah.
they're running it. Yep. Okay.
Just momentary stoppage.
Yep.
Oh, Jenkerson's he's no slouch with that shot. He's able to score. Number 8 for
My
the
guess
Titans.
is they stop it when you get below 10,
Okay.
or they'll start going back to normal time.
Whistle far sideline.
Right. Clock is still moving even though at the whistle. So
So nice sequence of plays there by John Caminaris, the goal and then the great assist.
now look at this. Double team needs help. You've got to get over there and be there for him when he goes down, and he did a good job to get the ball back.
Ty Washam, number 16, gets the ball up to midfield, but it's taken there by the
Yep,
Panthers.
Another turnover.
Good sprint, pass to the right, and it goes off the frame, I believe, and bounces all the way back toward midfield. So the goaltender's best friend helping out, Devin Lavoie on that. Panthers right back on the attack. Nathan Campbell nearly launched again. Instead, he passes it, and
Look
the
at
player
that.
gets leveled
Whoa.
in front. And did he? No, he did not score.
No.
Ball was taken away.
That's a great play.
Yeah, that's the hardest hit of the game, and it was
It
nice to
is.
see Brady Swisher just hop right back to his feet after that because
Intercepted on the pass. That's
he was knocked like horizontal. There he is, though,
yep.
and he didn't shoot it there. Interesting. Campbell on the doorstep. Campbell, I think he's determined to just pass at this point.
Score.
Turnaround shot. Michael Rutstein. Another goal for him. 15 altogether for the Panthers with 6.5 minutes to go here in the final frame.
That's
final
2 for
quarter.
Rutstein.
We are live on ETV 99 and online and Roku and Apple TV here on a Monday, April 25, 2022. You don't have your Roku?
I don't have any.
You should eat apples, though, Tom. It's good for you.
Oh, I eat apples.
You do?
Oh, yeah. John, I have fruit every morning.
That wasn't always the case, right? You shifted it a little bit later on?
Yeah, a little bit,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Good for you. That's good. We'll get you 30 more years
Well,
here.
I would
on
always eat a lot of fruit, but not like
Covering
not
Nashua
in
sports.
a big bowl of fruit in the morning or anything like that. I started doing that a few years ago. So.
There's the takeaway by South, and North returns the favor.
Although these days it's getting a little expensive.
Tell you what, Tom, there's been a lot more hitting since the reserves came into the
Right?
game.
Oh, well, they got something to prove, John. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Some intensity here.
Yeah. You know, they want.
Oh, right. It was an
Oh,
intended
long
pass.
shot.
There was a shot on goal, and it is
That's
number 15.
1-5.
Yeah, that is Colin Suede.
And another goal.
Wow, a steal and a
I
goal.
believe
And
that's Peters,
that is
wasn't it?
Jack Peters,
Yeah,
number
Peters
7.
with the goal, yep.
Yeah, he was working hard for it all
On the
game, and he
interception.
finally got one. So it's 15-4 as the Titans continue to make it a more respectable score here with 3 late. They had just 1 goal before this quarter, and they're stepping it up, the offensive production and nice playmaking as well as good shooting. So with 1 faceoff win under his belt, back to the circle is Aaron Palmer for North. Palmer is a junior that beat there by Brady Swisher with the faceoff win. And so South setting up. Nathan Campbell trotting behind the goal. 4:20 left in the game. Looking to go out in front. Campbell does feed it to Rousel. Rousel backing out, creating space. Campbell throws it in the middle. Opportunity for a turnaround there by Rutstein, but instead he gets to Campbell. Campbell's got 6. What a shot.
Surprised he's back in the game.
I am too. He whistled it low near side, and it makes it 16-4.
And the clock continues to tick. 3:47 now left in the game. And boy, it got nice.
Yeah, it
It
did.
got sunny and
It
nice,
is
which is
at least 10 degrees warmer than when the game
which is
started.
Not,
That's the way it usually
what
works.
we want from the camera angle because of the sun. So.
Yeah, Tim was lamenting the fact that it turned into a beautiful day.
Yes, exactly.
Wanted
Remember,
to
we
keep that
did it-
cloud cover,
remember
you know.
Years ago, we did a couple games over on the other side.
We
Because of
did.
this,
Yeah. It's kind of fun.
No, it's not. I like to be up here.
In front, South is playing like it's 0-0. They have their reserves in too, a lot of them. Of course, I say that, and Rhett Medling has played beginning to end. He's out there, number 24. He's
I'm
got the ball
surprised
now.
at that. I'm surprised they're all out there.
Yep. South's next game will be
Thursday?
Friday at Sauhegan, the
Okay.
29th.
That'll be a decent game.
Yep. And North is next scheduled to play at Salem 2 days from now in the morning.
Yeah,
at
because
10 a.m.
School vacation.
Yeah.
So. Nice move.
And a move and a shot goes wide to the left.
Nice move.
South back
So
to
I'm
get it.
surprised that these weren't earlier in the day.
Right, they could have been, right?
Depends on the refs.
Yeah.
Got to make sure you have the officials.
So we're at the 2-minute mark of running time remaining. Jack Peters is going to do one of those field-length runs. Look at those jets, man. He still has the stamina.
That's what made him a good football player.
Shot. Goal!
Score.
Jack Peters got another. That was brilliant.
Nice long run, fires it, had a lot of space, no one around him.
See, Tom, he could take you under his wing and you wouldn't get winded when you come up the stadium steps. Jack Peters with the...
Actually, John, the second time I came up the steps, I was fine, I'll have you know.
All right, you're making progress already. But I think Jack Peters just ran about a 4.840 right there.
From the 25 to about the 25. Don't you think? About 25, maybe to the 23.
50
20.
yards, yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Quickly, too. And I don't think anybody
Now
was
he's
going to
fighting
keep
for the
up with
ball
him.
again.
1 minute left to go.
Oh, that wasn't Peters, it was number 1.
Yeah,
And
it was Aaron Palmer.
Speaking of 1, we are under a minute to play.
Yes. Maybe another chance for a Titans goal. It's 16-5. Could cut the deficit to 10. Dead sprint there behind the goal. Number 4 for the Titans is Aden Amin. And he scores. He goes the distance all the way around at the 360 the hard way, running. Aden Amin with the 6th goal of the game for the Titans, who've really come on strong on the score sheet here in the 4th quarter during running time. And that will do it. Just 15 seconds to go. I don't know if we'll even have a draw here.
Won't take too long if they do. I think they're just going to stand around and wait for it. All right, John Collins, we'll see you for game 2, which will be the girls.
Yes, Tom King. Thanks to our camera crew as well, Tim O'Neill and Michaela Savageau, for putting this one on camera. And our executive producer, Pete Johnson, here as well. The final score, 16-6. The Nashua High Boys South lacrosse team takes it, and they improve their record, and North will continue their hunt for their first win. Good evening from Holman Stello Stadium, everybody. Where am I? Stello Stadium.